Grüß dich! Welcome to German class. I'm Herr Millen, your German teacher, and I just want to take a couple minutes right at the start of class to talk to you about using Google Translate, because I find it's an issue that comes up a lot with German students at the start of any year. So there's a comparison I like to normally make that I think explains this pretty well. So just bear with me for a second as we start this illustration. Imagine that we go out, we're in the backyard, we got a chainsaw out, we're cutting up some trees, going through them, having fun, slicing up the branches, everything's going well, and then BAM! What happens? I cut into my arm. So then I have a big problem, right? Giant gash in my arm. What am I going to do to fix that up? The idea that comes to my mind is I grab some rope conveniently on my desk, wrap it up, make a tourniquet out of it, cut off all the blood flow. And so the problem with this is that will a tourniquet get me through the next couple of minutes? Yes, but is it a solution to my problem? And it's really not, right? The tourniquet won't help my arm heal. It won't help that cut come up. And actually the opposite can happen too, yeah? Because if we leave the tourniquet on there too long, we cut off all the blood supply, there's no oxygen, and we can lose the rest of our arm because of that. And Google Translate has a lot of the same things going on, some of the same drawbacks. Will Google Translate help you finish that assignment you're on? Yes. That's like, will it help you get through the next couple of minutes? Yes. But is it a solution to our problem? No. Is it a long-term solution? Will it help you learn? Will it help you know what you're supposed to? No. And if you use it, really the more it hinders your learning. Just like it can, make you lose your arm with the tourniquet. So if you're using Google Translate, then that's an emergency. We need to immediately think, what can we do to fix that? What can we do to help you learn? This is one of the reasons why we don't use it at all. And when I say that, that gets to, we really want you to not use Google Translate at all. Beyond the obvious cheating of, oh, I'm going to do my homework with this, type it in here, copy and paste, obviously that's cheating. But some of you might be thinking, well, maybe just like 1 or 2 words is okay. Or maybe if I'm just using it on the little assignments and activities in my work, then that's okay. And that's really something we want you not to do at all either. Because I want you to think about learning language sort of like a staircase right now, to give you another illustration. You're down here, our goal of language learning is up here, and each assignment, each activity, each page you work through is like another step going up to that language learning. And Google Translate is taking away your practice. It's taking away your learning, your thinking about it, so it's not making you better at German. So it's like taking a step away. And, if you take away 3 or 4 steps, you might be able to get over that bump, but it's going to be a little bit harder than if you have all the steps. If you take away 10, 12, 15 steps, then suddenly you don't have a stairway going up to learning German anymore. You have a wall that you hit, and you can't get past it. So that's the first major reason we'd want you to stay away from Google Translate all the time. It takes away your practice, it keeps you from learning. So the second problem that comes up with Google Translate is that it really brings you into the wrong mindset. With these German classes, we want you to be thinking in more of a communicative sort of mindset. How can I get my ideas across? How can I get what's in my head with the words I know to express a meaning that I'm trying to intend? So it's very flexible, it's very communicative. Google Translate really makes you think more of everything as word for word, which is a problem, which is the opposite direction that we want to go in. So what happens when you're thinking word for word is if you're trying to say a sentence and then you don't know the word, you sort of stop dead because you don't know what to do then. Or if there's a word in a sentence you're trying to understand, then suddenly that's another brick wall. Oh, I don't know what this word is, I don't know what this sentence means, I'm done. Whereas, a communicative sort of mindset will help you work around those problems and be able to communicate in a much more efficient manner. And that's really what we're after. Can you communicate? Can you get your ideas across? Think about yourself in German in a restaurant. Are you going to be able to take a break to Google Translate things real quick and figure out what everything means? Probably not. But can you use what you know, talk to the waitress, talk around some things, describe some things, and get a meal? Yes, and that's the point. So that's why we're really big on staying away from Google Translate all the time, no matter what. So be sure you're working on that, and that'll make sure you do awesome.